Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Women Are the Most Educated but Still Lonely and Broke. Let's get right into it.
In a reality where I know I do not have the same opportunity as you. I know I don't.
And you know
and
that
I know
too.
Let's Go.
And you know that.
Let me just tell you about me.
Black women are the most educated and still learning. We are going to be talking about when Black females hit the pinnacles of their career, degrees, and where they want to be in life.
Women need to start finding their husbands while they're in college. Don't wait until after. Because once you wait until after college, once you wait until you get your life together, your dream car, your dream job, your dream house, you know you're ready to settle down. But what is wrong with doing both? I feel like there is no issue with prioritizing both getting your education and finding your husband while you're in college. I really hate that in the Black community, our parents have told us, don't worry about a man while you're in college, focus on your education, do that first. But there are several like women who don't look like us that are getting married by a certain age, early age, and having kids by their, mid to late 20s. And most Black women, they don't get married until early 30s or even not married at all.
Interesting fact, Black females who do go out and get the education is always on the lower end compared to their white counterparts. So meaning they don't get the high master's or doctorate that they also go on about.
I'm going to read what it says here. It says, Black women are significantly less than white women to enroll in four-year colleges, graduate within 6 years, and go on to earn advanced degrees. The number of white women, 39%, getting an associate degree or bachelor's degree by the age of 29 is nearly twice as high as for Black women, 21%, or Latinas, 20%. Okay, so it says, I don't know, you guys say you're the most educated. Looks like the stats might say otherwise. I don't know where these stats are from. I'm just reading the screen, so don't hold me accountable. But I would say about this, though. Black women, you were raised to avoid men altogether. And it's going to make you boy crazy, because by the first time you get your hands on a boy, you're going to go crazy. Okay? The truth of the matter is that men are an important part of your life in your future. So the man you choose early on in life is significant. So this is why delaying this opportunity for you to get with a man till you're older and out of your prime makes no sense. And she's right. I went to school with white women. I went to school with Black women. And I won't lie. As we graduated, almost immediately, a bunch of white girls was getting married. Like, it's almost like they were waiting for us to graduate and they all were getting married. Like, that was like a row, just like marriage after marriage after marriage after marriage. Where Black women, a lot of them, I didn't see any Black women get married. You know what I'm saying? Barely any. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see any Black girls, for the most part, that I went to college with, get married like that. Okay? And so the culture is wrong. Our attitude towards marriage is wrong. I think a lot of men are telling their daughters, don't worry about boys, because they don't want to have their daughters getting by boys. But what ends up happening is girls still get, they're just not dating these guys seriously. They're just engaging in hookup culture.
As Black women, me especially being educated, and I make, a certain amount, the higher you go, the less likely we see y'all, up at the top. So it's like, you mean to tell me there was another Black man that was at the top?
That's the problem too. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of women are
problem.
looking for men at the top instead of looking for just a good
No,
man.
because we're not Kiki Palmering ourselves these days. At the end of the day, if I am a woman that's doing well and I have built a certain life for myself, I'm not going to lie. If you're going to come into it, I need to know that you're either going to add to it or be able to help me upkeep it. Same vice versa.
Yeah,
I feel like there needs to be an asset.
By adding, like he has to have the same amount as you, or making the same amount, or if he's making less, would you not want?
I probably would not, because honestly, I've probably been there. I don't think that's foul.
I think that is foul.
I don't think so, because I've been there.
Down statistically, for a fact, you're knocking down like if you talk about Black men, because I know you like Black men. First of all, Black men, you're knocking down probably more than half of Black men.
Why?
Not a lot of Black men are making over $80,000.
But my thing is, once again, but why are you guys putting that on us?
We're not putting it on you. The difference is we're going to take more risk than you. So you might get to the bag earlier because you took the easy route. You decided to become a nurse. You decided to become some high earning position. And that's great for you. That's cool for you. But Black men, we want freedom. I don't want to work in a corporate office. This is my office right here. You guys, hey, welcome. Welcome to my office. We're all in my office right now. This is my office. This is the office I prefer, okay? Black women, y'all willing to become nurses, dental hygienists, y'all willing to do stuff in finance just to have a high-paying job, and that's cool and all. But a lot of us black men that want to get to it, we want to start our own companies. So yeah, initially you're going to be making more than we are because you're getting paid by a boss. We are the boss. And so we got to we had to grind to the point where we could pay everyone before we get paid, right? Because when you're running a business, your supply man gets paid first. You know what I'm saying? Your accountant gets paid first. Like all these people get paid before you do. Not your accountant, but you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But so my whole point is that this is black women's second chance. Actually, after you graduate, get a good paying job, this is your second chance at this kind of high school thing, right? Where you turn the blind eye to the nerd. Remember you turned the blind eye to the nerd? He wasn't a cool guy. Well, this is the second nerd opportunity where the guy that you might meet after you graduate college that doesn't earn as much as you, he might earn more than you in a few years. You see, you might be earning more than him now. And you probably look at him like he ain't going to do nothing. But little do you know, he's been working on something, building on something that might make more than you make. You know what I'm saying? Not only in a year, he might make it what you make it a year in a month. If you're really grinding, but it takes time to build the shit. It takes time. And so a lot of black women I know that if they were counting my pockets, a lot of girls don't even worry about my pockets. They're so attracted. I won't lie. I'm just keeping it real. To a lot of girls I date, they're just so in lust that I don't even think they're thinking about the money. But let's say if they were thinking about the money, you know, if they look past me because of my money, little do they know I'm about to earn more money than them. Like for certain. In fact, you know, the way I'm having a month right now, thank you guys for everybody that's watching my videos. This month is going great so far. And I'm saying that to say that, you know, if women, they don't have that foresight, right? They're myopic, right? They're very short-sighted and they can't really see into the future. All they see is a now. They want to know, are you at the finish line now? But a lot of us, we might take a little bit longer to get to the finish line. But when we get to that finish line, it's going to be sweet.
But why are you guys putting that on us?
Morgan Stanley predicted that 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030. One of the reasons is because the number of prime working age women in the US has been increasing steadily, and most of these women are single and completely focused on their career. That single childless women very generally tend to be much more unhappy, much unhealthier, especially mentally, much lonelier and much less fulfilled than women who have a husband and children. This is just statistically true. This has been proven through many different types of studies and research. But this is bigger than a woman's happiness. This is about the bedrock of any healthy society. What is the bedrock of any healthy society? It's not money. It's not buying things. It's not consumerism. It's the family. It's the family unit. It's always been that way.
And women have traded the family unit for consumerism, right? They got the bag so they could buy stuff, so they could take trips. Because that's the only thing that matters. Good money's good for, right? Money's good for just to spend and have a good time. You see them all over Instagram. I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. I got the bag. Well, what about retirement? What about the future? Again, like I said, women are very myopic. They're short-sighted. They can't see that. Hey, look, this is going to get ugly in a little bit, and we're going to find out now because the economic experts right now, the market experts are saying we're heading for a recession. I don't know, but if we are, it says the job market isn't so great either. You know what I'm saying? People could lose their job and not be able to get reemployed at the same level. You know, so women, y'all might start needing men real quick. And all the women who are married and have a kid and have a family, they're going to be more secure. They're going to be more safe. They're going to be more covered. For all the black women that think their degrees are going to cover them, the degrees are going to protect them. Look, I get it. You want a man that earns as much money as you do. But a man's value is not just his money. It's his protection. You know what I'm saying? His direction, if he could lead. You might earn more money than me, but I could lead you. Okay? You might not understand. Like for me, for example, right? I'm not the largest YouTuber. I got like what they call medium-sized channel. By 10K, you have like a medium-sized channel, right? Everything below 10K is a small channel. 10K is a medium-sized channel. But do you know I consult with channels much bigger than me? Yeah, I consult with channels that have 100,000 subscribers more. And they trust my opinion, not because, well, you know, I'm ahead of them. I'm not ahead of them, but I'm creative. I have great ideas. I'm also paying attention. I'm also growing. I understand how YouTube works. I made over 400 videos. So people look at the finish line. You understand? Right before you get to the finish line, you're eating shit. You're in beginner's hell, right? You're in beginner's hell for a while, and then all of a sudden things start to take off. But in beginner's hell, when you're starting off any kind of occupation or something like that, you're learning a ton. You learn so much in beginner's hell. And if a woman meets a man in beginner's hell where he's trying to build his business off the ground, she might think he don't know anything, he ain't sophisticated enough, I got more money than him, therefore I'm smarter than him. But little do you know, he knows how to run a business, you don't. You know how to be an employee. So you might want to date a man that knows how to start something on his own. He could build something on his own because that might be the vehicle to freedom. You know what I'm saying? A job rarely if ever leads to freedom. Okay? In fact, jobs are more like indentured servants, and you guys work and trade your time for money. Men, we're trying to build businesses that can earn money when we sleep. When I'm sleeping and y'all watch these videos and they run ads, I make money. Okay, that's what men try to do. But again, a lot of girls will discount you because you're not getting a high earning job. But listen, let me tell you something. The richest people in the world are not from high earning jobs. They're from businesses. So ultimately, business is the real flex.
It's not consumerism. It's the family. It's the family unit. It's always been that way.
Why that fact was very important is when you look at the type of education that they get and then the standards that they put up and expect from black men, it doesn't even correlate always the same.
Let me tell you how proud I am to be a black woman. Nobody seems to want to talk about this. Black women are the most educated. I have 4 college degrees. And I am damn proud of myself.
I'm a PhD.
You know what's funny? I've had a black man. I've had white people. I had different people trying to put me down for being an educated black woman.
I'm a PhD.
Because there was a time in which it was illegal to have an education, to even learn how to speak a language, to read a book. Can you imagine? Throughout our history, all of the oppression, all of the racism that black women have endured, and we're still resilient. What does that say about a black woman? It shows her strength.
So there's this
I gotta talk about that because I thought she actually pointed out a really interesting concept. Black women, you are the most educated, but somehow you guys are also the most evicted. Somehow. I don't know how you guys managed to do that, okay? And by the way, I would say you're not the most educated. You're the most indoctrinated. Because you guys believe the bullshit that they sell to you. Let me tell you something. America is the best business that ever existed, okay? Everything's for sale, okay? We're in a utopia. You could buy anything. Literally, you could buy anything here. You go around the world, there's a lot of things you have no access to because there's no market for it, because there's no industry for it, there's no infrastructure for it. America has the industry, the infrastructure, and the market for it. It's a utopia, okay? And yet, black women have access to all this information, all these resources. They're the most educated, but yet they're still the least desirable. Why is that? If you're so smart, you would know that the prime value that a woman has to do with her appearance and her reproductive fertility, okay? That's her prime value, okay? It's not based off of how many degrees she has. A lot of black girls, they go to college, so they don't need a man. Right? But you really should be trying to meet your man in college, right? When he's in beginner's hell. That's like the beginning of beginner's hell because you're not even in the workforce yet. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a man when he's at the beginning stage. But you guys want the guy at the finish line. Let me tell you something. The guy at the finish line is not looking at you and say, oh man, you have 4 degrees. I want to marry you. He's going to look at you, he's going to size you up by your body, the way you look, and he's going to determine if he's sexually attracted to you. If he's not going to be interested in you. He's not going to get to hear the fact you got 4 college degrees. Again, the 4 degrees that you have is a protection against ever needing a man. But let me ask you this question. If you build yourself to where you never need a man, would you ever be valuable to a man? Because you'll never develop the skills that a man actually needs? And is that really smart? Your first college degree can get you to figure that out, get you to think for yourself, that they sold you a lifestyle that you think has a light at the end of the tunnel, but it really is a cliff that you fall off of, right? And this is how women hit the wall. They fall off this cliff dramatically, right? The men, they hit, let's say 33, 34, 35, they automatically just fall off a cliff, and they're in no man's land, okay? And it's a terrible thing, but we boast about how intelligent we are, But how come y'all haven't fixed this problem? We have all these black women that are so educated. Please make an educated decision to fix this problem.
A black woman, it shows her strength.
So there's this notion that when black women are bored, we go back to school. And I definitely do agree, because I currently have a bachelor's, I just got my master's, and I'm in a PhD program, and I'm getting ready to go to pilot school. But I think the discussion is way much deeper than what we think it is. It's like society doesn't fulfill us as black women. It's like it's there's something missing for us. There's something that we're still searching for, and I don't understand what it is. But as black women, we keep going back to school, we keep trying to fulfill ourselves, and it's like there's something missing. Why do we as a collective group, why are we searching? What are we searching for? It's a topic, you know, like everyone chime in. I need to hear everyone's perspective.
It's really simple, and I think she raised a great point. Smart girl, she's going to pilot school. That's impressive to me, and I find her attractive. So, you know, you got a lot of things going on for you, in my personal opinion. And I don't mind educated women. I don't tell women don't go to college. College can make you very educated, but you should open your mind. Don't let college close your mind. Don't let college make you have an ego so big you can't see anything. Right? You can't look in the mirror and observe yourself for who you really are. Because a lot of women, they can't look in the mirror and observe themselves for who they really are. By the way, when you stand in front of the mirror every day, okay, butt ass naked, okay, that is a reflection of your lifestyle. The person you see in that mirror is a reflection of your lifestyle. So by the way, if you're smart and you know better, you better do better. Okay, you better eat right. You better go to the gym. Low fat, eat a low fat diet, plant-based diet. In my personal opinion, low fat veganism is the healthiest diet anyone can eat. If you're trying to figure it out, go Google, go study low fat veganism. It is the healthiest diet known to man. Okay, don't ask me. Don't just question me. Go online. You do your research. Okay, go look at the people in Papua New Guinea. Right, you see how healthy these people are, and they eat just straight up sweet potatoes and water. These people eat 90% of their diet from sweet potatoes. I'm just saying that because I want you guys to be healthy. Don't fight with me in the comments. Okay, if you believe eating in meat, you need to eat meat and dairy, go ahead, do it. You need to eat dead cows, you need to drink the dead cow's milk, go ahead and do it. I'm not shaming you. I'm just giving you a solution, and you can do whatever you want to do. Either way, my point I'm saying is that because this woman is an intelligent, smart woman, she can figure things out. She's about to get a pilot license. I want to get my pilot license. That's impressive. Okay, so the fact that she wants to do that, I'm attracted to that. You know, in fact, if you see this video, young girl, you know, you're probably like 27 or so, send me a DM on Instagram, okay? I'm that serious about it. Because you got natural hair. I don't see no bat wings. I see natural eyebrows. This is impressive. This is what I want to see from a black girl. But she raises a good point. All this education for what? For what? To prove, what are you trying to prove? You want to get the highest potential earning job you could get? Okay, then what? We've told women only chase the bag. And then we forgot to tell them, but wait, after a certain point, you won't be able to have kids anymore. So you have no value to a man. And truthfully, you're not going to be fulfilled without a man and children. So really, you know what I'm saying? We should teach women from the jump that a man is going to be one of the most important things, you know, in your life. Who you marry, who you have kids with, who you start a family with is going to be one of the most important decisions you make. And so being of high quality will open up better choices for you, better options for you, right? Degrees, they don't open any options for men. I'm just telling you the honest truth. As great as I think she has 4 or 5 degrees, her PhD, and a pilot license is, as dope as I think that is, if she got a bad attitude and she don't know how to follow my lead, she's out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is why all these degrees give you no real value.
It's a topic, you know, like everyone chime in. I need to hear everyone's perspective.
What gets me, it's always black females or black women who are oppressed, but somehow that same experience doesn't apply to black men. Somehow black men weren't in the same predicament as you either.
And you know what? I didn't take dating very seriously. I dated in med school. I dated people in med school. I didn't take it very seriously. In my 30s, I still was that way through half of my 30s. But what happened was around the time I started freezing my eggs, my latter part of my 30s,
You just slipped that in around the time I started freezing my eggs? Do you see by the time you even got to consider freezing your eggs, you done hit the wall? That you done passed your prime? The fact that you got to freeze them trying to say that they're about to disappear. They're about to evaporate. I'm not a woman, but I know this. Women are born with all their eggs at birth. Okay? Men were different. We produce brand new what we call gametes, right? Sperm is our gamete. The eggs are female's gamete. We produce our gametes daily, right? We're like a bakery, right? We always got a baby batter on the way. Women, they're born with all their eggs. By the time they're in their 30s, like 90% of their eggs are gone. But yet, so what's the real math here? You know, wait till you only have 10% of your eggs left, then freeze that 10% or a portion of that 10%. Wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be smarter? You guys are so smart, right? She went to med school. The other girl had 4 degrees. Wouldn't it be smarter to operate in a period where you can naturally use your eggs? You don't need no hospital intervention to have a child. You don't need your future husband to jerk off in a cup, right? Wouldn't it be smarter to use that time more wisely? But they don't. They don't. And they think they're so smart.
She started panicking about the fact that I wasn't married. And I remember specifically talking to my mom being like, why didn't I take this seriously? Why didn't I make better decisions? And I started thinking back to all the guys I dated being like, oh, should I go back? Maybe he was one. Why didn't I, and I tortured myself. I crucified myself because I said, how could you not have taken this seriously? What did you do? You let all this time pass and now you're almost 40. What the flip? How did we get here? Because all of a sudden I was approaching 40 and my parents were like, you need to freeze your eggs. I was like, ah! And I was really hard on myself during that time. I really, really was hard on myself. I was remorseful. I was regretful. I was embarrassed. And I felt like I had wasted a lot of time. And then in my 40s, which I am, I'm proud to say that things have gotten a little bit better for me, meaning how much or little rather I beat myself up. The reason why I haven't gotten married is honestly because I haven't found him yet. I just, and you know what? It was one day that it literally took me waking up one morning where I had blamed myself and said, well, maybe you are too picky. Well, maybe you are crazy. And maybe you didn't take this seriously. And why didn't you do this? And why weren't you this? And I can't believe you did this. And how did you let 15 years go by without thinking about this? Just being very honest with you, because I'm overwhelmed and I'm like, I don't even know. Am I going to be too old to have a kid? I don't know. But the bottom line is that I have to trust the process.
Issue in this country right now.
What process? It's not you don't have a good process. You don't have a good process. First of all, when we talk about processes, we talk about goals. If you want to attain a goal, some people they'll have a destination in mind. A process is how to get to that destination. So what's the process? What are you doing now to get to a specific destination? Because I think your process failed you. If you're going to be a farmer and you're going to sell tomatoes, you got to sell the tomatoes when they're ripe. Don't be trying to sell no rotten tomatoes. No one's going to want to buy them. And you can't then go around and say, well, I didn't find anyone that's willing to buy a tomato. I didn't find anyone that's willing to buy a tomato. You got to go out there and find them. These tomatoes are about to spoil. It don't matter if you think you didn't find them. After they spoil, that's it. You have a limited amount of time to find people to purchase your tomatoes. Okay? And a lot of these women, they wait till their most perishable, most valuable good spoils. So they try to freeze their eggs. Remember, freezing is what? A preservation tactic. They're trying to preserve their eggs. Baby girl, you could just use your eggs when they're hot. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to stop a tomato's about to rot. You're trying to freeze it before it rots. Just sell it when it's ripe. And this is the issue that women don't understand. You got so smart. You got so educated. But you guys can't figure out a simple lifelong problem. This is an existential crisis for women, right? When to have kids. When to start taking dating seriously. When your tomatoes are ripe or when your tomatoes are rotten. And so many women choose the latter. When their tomatoes are about to rot, they're going to try to throw those tomatoes in the freezer, y'all. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this whole time that these tomatoes are ripe, they just neglected them. They ignored them. They didn't pay any attention to it. And then they make excuses and try to cope. This is extreme copium. Okay? She's on a copium dose right now. A copium overdose. And I feel for her because she's a beautiful woman. I can see. I mean, I don't like the bat wings, but I can see, look, beautiful cheekbone structure, but she probably was one of those girls that thought she was so smart. You couldn't tell her anything. You couldn't lead her. You couldn't do nothing for her. There's always a better option around the corner. Everybody wants her. And if women don't understand that, that's not going to last that long. I just don't understand. They don't get that. And for her, if you haven't met someone now and you're 40, do you really think your chances of meeting someone in your 40s is better? That there's a man out there waiting for a woman in her 40s who's left over, unused, undesired? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could find a man that you would value, that you would start a family with, that you would use your frozen eggs for, just know he could get a younger girl. This is the key problem. You're competing against women because you might shame a man. Oh, why are you dating girls younger than 40? Why are you dating someone younger age? You can't get someone your age. No, I could get you my age, but I also could get girls younger. Yes, I can get girls my age, but I also can get girls younger. In my 40s, I'm not 40, I'm 37, but when I'm in my 40s, let's say if I still don't have kids, let's say I'm 42, right? And she's looking at me like, oh my God, you're a catch, you're 42, you're successful, you're a businessman, you should date me. I'm gonna look at her and say, why should I date you over a girl that's 28? That didn't have to freeze her eggs. That we could get her pregnant the natural way. Why should I choose you? And just like a single mom, it's gonna be hard for an older woman to try to explain how her product and service is more valuable than someone in their prime. How can you do that? Or someone without kids, how can you do that? I don't know how you do that. You could try to cope, you could try to shame. It ain't gonna work. We're not gonna fold to your shame, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.